here at the electrical panel. We've already pulled the cover off. Right away we noticed that there's two breakers that have been removed from the panel, and they've just been laid inside on the bottom of the panel. Technically that's not allowed. They should be removed. We shouldn't have all kinds of contamination and debris inside the panel. They should be clean. It looks like a fairly decent installation. I mean, the wires and stuff are sloppy, but the grounds are over here separated from the neutral bar. This is a secondary or sub panel or service panel, depending on which your preference is of how you call it, but it is not a main electrical panel. This is what we refer to as a service panel. So the grounds and the neutrals are not connected in here. We can tell that there's some evidence of work that's been done recently. We have some wires coming in here where the drywall's been cut out. That tells us that maybe these wires are fairly new. We've got blue tape on them, kind of holding them over here. They go down to a breaker that we can identify as a fairly new breaker because it's distinguishably different from the other ones. So looks like there's 4 new breakers here. It appears that these 2 breakers were removed to provide space for these, and these are the new ones that are installed. We can tell that this is a 4-wire system for the stove, so that the stove has probably been replaced with a 4-wire connection, which is a good thing for safety. However, the electrical wires should be behind this tab. These wires are coming down on the wrong side of this tab. They should be back behind it so that they don't get compromised by some arcing or some current that could flow back there. And these 2 red stickers here are for our AC unit outside and our air handler, which we identified as an electric heat source. So we should be able to read the label, and if it was identified, make sure that we have the right size breaker for our electric heat strip. Unfortunately, that's not the case. We did try to pull the tape off and see what size this breaker actually is, and you can't read it. So we want to make note in our report that there's some breakers here that are connected to an electric heat source, or we suspect they're connected to the electric heat source. We cannot verify that they're the right size because of some of the conditions that we see between the heat source and the electrical panel. But definitely we'll be writing this up, that these breakers need to be identified. They need to be labeled with the size and what they serve, and then these should come out. And then the panel should be cleaned up a little bit by an electrician, and that would be what we'd put in our report.